You are about to see the top paranormal videos of 2025 here on The Haunted Frequency. Ghosts take showers? Our first video comes from Mexico, where a man is filming really bizarre occurrences that are happening in his apartment. It starts with somewhat familiar paranormal activity, but then something happens that really shakes him to his core. Take a close look.
Son 3 de la mañana. Hace rato que no escuchaba esto ahí. Concha de su madre. Ya estoy con mucho menos miedo que antes. Ahora lo afronto más rápido. Esto no sé, la verdad que voy a ver. Voy a tratar de grabar de acá. Miren lo alto que es. No lo puedo creer. No, sos hijo de puta. ¿Qué me viene, hijo de puta? ¿Quién sos, hijo de puta? ¿Quién sos? No hay nadie abajo, no hay nada. Es increíble. No, es increíble. No puedo creer que no haya nadie.
The man is startled by knocking coming from his bathroom, but he's not completely terrified. According to him, this is normal in his haunted apartment. But you saw that, right? A tall, shadowy figure seems to be standing in the shower, moving ever so slightly. When the man pans the camera down, the figure appears to have no legs at all, as if it's floating in midair. Summoning his courage, he pulls back the shower curtain, but no one is there. So, did he finally capture the entity that's been haunting his apartment? I will leave it to you to decide. You are in my home. Our next video comes from Turkey, where 2 men climb a mountain in the dead of night and stumble upon something straight out of a nightmare. The 2 men keep recording, determined to document what they've just seen, even though their fear is unmistakable. We've translated it for you. Now watch closely.
Ahmet, bu boynuzlu şerşapal bu Ahmet. Boynuzlu şerşapal bak. Burayı koruyan boynuzlu şerşapal bu çok güçlü. Çok güçlü Ahmet, sakın panik yapma bak. Başına büyük bir sıkıntı gelebilir, sakın panik yapma bak. Görüyor musun? Şu an bize bakıyor. Ben şimdi bunu çıktı bu ortaya. Bu tılsımla çıktı ortaya. Ama çok güçlü Ahmet. Var mı başka yerde? Aşağıda Ömer abi. Yakında. Ömer abi yakında. Arkama geldi Ömer abi. Arkama geldi. Tamam. Aziz.
2 glowing eyes appear at the mountain's peak, staring directly at the men. They're terrified, and one keeps insisting that the figure has horns. I enhance the footage, and to my horror, the figure does appear to have horns. Its shape is both terrifying and bizarre, almost satanic and unnervingly possessive. Then, one of the men says another figure is watching them from the opposite side, but before they can record it, the video cuts off. So, did these men truly come face to face with an otherworldly entity? I'll let you decide. Is it talking to me? Our next video comes from Moroccan YouTuber Abdel Wafi, who explores an abandoned building and begins experiencing unexplainable phenomena. Until he comes face to face with something truly paranormal. I'll admit, I'm highly skeptical of videos like these, but there are moments here that simply defy explanation. Take a look.
بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء والسماء والأرض بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه.
Abdel Wafi keeps hearing strange voices echoing all around him. Voices that don't sound human. He searches for the source, but finds nothing. Then, Something happens that sends chills down his spine. Keep watching.
Bismillah. 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 بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء والسميع أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء والسميع العليم.
The paranormal investigator finally comes face to face with the entity he's been chasing. Its voice can be heard coming from the exact spot where it's peeking out. He rushes after it, only to find himself in a dead-end room. No one is there. If this was a person, where could they have gone? There are no doors, no windows, and the floor appears solid. So, did Abdel Wafi truly encounter something paranormal? Or was it an elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. I don't want to work here anymore. Our next video comes from Mexico, where a night shift receptionist is trying to show something truly bizarre unfolding live on the CCTV cameras. What happens next is the stuff of nightmares.
Esto lo voy a dejar registrado porque son 16 de diciembre, 11 de la noche. Bueno, mira, esta wea está pasando hace mucho rato y yo acá estoy sola, weón. No hay nadie.
A wheelchair begins moving on its own, right in front of her, as she watches through the security cameras. Moments later, she pans the camera back to the same spot, and the chair suddenly speeds toward her. Terrified, she ends the recording. So, what do you think happened here? Was this truly paranormal? Or just a clever setup using something like fishing wire? I'll leave it to you to decide. Unwanted guest. Our next video comes from TikTok, where a man is documenting intense paranormal activity inside his home. And I have to say, this is some of the most convincing footage I've ever seen in my life. Take a look. There's undeniable poltergeist activity in this man's apartment. He's visibly shaken, breathing heavily as the disturbances intensify. Doors swing open on their own, objects are dragged across the floor, and strange noises echo from every direction. According to people in the comments, this may be the most intense footage he's ever posted, and some even claim he vanished after sharing it. Pulled from the other side. Our next video comes from Colombia, where a man has collapsed on the street as emergency services rush to give him aid. But then, something happens right in front of them, something that leaves everyone in shock. Take a look. A force, completely invisible, appears to be pulling on the man's leg. Everyone around him can see it happening, struggling to hold him in place. What makes this even more disturbing is how genuine the footage looks, with no clear signs of editing. So, what do you think? Was there truly an entity dragging this man, or is there a logical explanation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Arabs are different. Our next video comes from popular paranormal investigator Abdullah Al-Anbari. In this clip, he explores an abandoned building and encounters intense poltergeist activity. What happens here is truly beyond explanation. Take a look.
قادر من ريحة الكلب والله العظيم انتم عزكم الله. يا جماعة ما تلاحظون ان هذه كلها تتحرك. كل هذه كلها بسم الله لا اله الا الله اعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله. لا 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 لا, لا يا جماعة لا 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 لا, لا. يا جماعة أنا ماني قادر من ريحة الكلب والله العظيم انتم عزكم الله. لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا 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 لا, لا. والله العظيم ماني قادر من الريحة يا جماعة.
Abdullah Al-Anbari seems unable to rest unless he kicks a door in every video. But on a serious note, he spots a door violently slamming open and shut. When he goes to investigate, there's no one there. An old light fixture swings back and forth, untouched. Abdullah mentions a foul smell, like that of a dead animal, lingering in the building. But commenters were quick to suggest another possibility, that it could be the scent of a jinn, a ghostly entity known in Islamic belief. So, did Abdullah encounter the paranormal yet again? We'll leave it to you to decide. A glitch in the Matrix. Our first video comes from Mexico, where a TikTok user uploaded a clip explaining what he and his partner encountered on their way back home. I'll admit, I'm a bit skeptical about this one, but the strange part is, I couldn't find a logical explanation for it. Take a look.
Estábamos de regreso a casa y nos topamos con esto.
Someone, or something, appears to be completely suspended in midair. The figure seems to have legs and the shape of a human form, but it's just floating there, with only the slightest movement and nothing to hold on to. At first, I thought maybe it was just dirt on the windshield, but then they drive directly under the figure, and it remains perfectly in place. So what do you think? Was this truly paranormal, or just a clever hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. Do you like darkness? Our next video comes from Colombia, where a TikTok user posted footage of intense poltergeist activity that she claims has been haunting her apartment for months. She tries to capture the strange events on camera until something happens that sends chills down her spine. Take a look.
Estoy recagada hasta las patas, encima estoy solo. Estoy recagada hasta las patas mal. La concha de ya estoy cansada, ya les juro, chicas. ¿Quién sos? Ay, a la concha de la lora.
A door slams shut on its own. Kitchen items fly off the counter without anyone touching them. And most chilling of all, the entity switches off the light, leaving the woman terrified. She later commented that she's desperately looking for somewhere else to live, but for now, she's still trapped, dealing with this disturbing activity. So what do you think? Was this genuine poltergeist activity, or just well-timed trickery? I'll leave it to you to decide. Hide and seek. Our next video comes from an unknown source. It was reposted on TikTok by a user who claims it originated somewhere in South America. But beyond that, there's no context. The clip is short, but it leaves us with more questions than answers. Take a look. At first, I thought someone might have crawled out from under the bed, slipped behind the door, and climbed up while another person opened it from the outside. But after brightening the footage, I couldn't see anyone moving behind the door to hide. What I did notice, though, was what looks like the faint face of a person peeking out from behind it. So what do you think? Was this real paranormal evidence, or just clever editing? I'll leave it to you to decide. Crying alone. Our next video also comes from Brazil, where a paranormal investigator is exploring an abandoned asylum. From the very start, the atmosphere feels eerie, but the investigator pushes forward. Then, something happens at the end that truly shocked me. It may be one of the scariest encounters I've ever seen. Take a close look. You can clearly hear distressing cries echoing through the building. As the investigator pushes deeper inside, the weeping grows louder, more intense. But wait, you saw that, right? The moment he's startled and the camera begins to shake, we enhanced the footage. And you can clearly make out the silhouette of someone or something closing in on him. He later claimed the cries felt too real, like they were coming from an actual person. In fact, many viewers rushed to the comments urging him to call the police, worried that something far more dangerous than a spirit might have been inside that room. So what do you think? Was this truly a paranormal encounter, or was someone really in danger that night? I'll leave it to you to decide. It is my home now. Our next video comes from TikToker Diego. He uploaded a clip with the chilling caption, "I cannot live a normal life at my home." And needless to say, what he's experiencing there is truly terrifying.
¿Quién?
You can clearly see a human hand knocking on Diego's door. But when he opens it, there's no one there. It's as if they vanished into thin air. I looked closely, and I can't find a single cut in the footage that would explain how they disappeared. Then things get even stranger. A crouching figure appears in his living room, just behind a wall. After enhancing the footage, it looks like a woman with long hair. It may look human, but it still doesn't explain how someone could knock and then simply vanish. So as always, real or fake, you decide. I don't like this lock. Our next video comes from Saudi Arabia, featuring paranormal investigator Al-Hasiri. In his usual style, he goes live on Snapchat while exploring abandoned buildings. But what he encounters in this clip is truly mind-bending. Take a look.
بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. هذا كيف؟ بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. في صوت هنا حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله. حسبي الله ونعم.
At first, Al-Hasiri seems calm, but that changes quickly when a door begins rattling violently, the lock twisting in a strange, unnatural way. The poltergeist activity only intensifies. A copper pot is hurled straight at him, posing real danger. Weird noises echo throughout the building, while other objects are thrown around him. And remember, all of this is happening live on Snapchat. No cuts, no edits. So what do you think? Did Al-Hasiri truly encounter something paranormal? Or was it something truly beyond this world? Chased by demons. Our first video comes from a TikTok user in Mexico. He claims, "My dad used to play the Ouija board when he was young, and ever since he feels like he's been chased." He also explained that his father never closed the Ouija session properly, and from that day on, strange paranormal events have haunted him. But until now, none of it had ever been caught on camera. Take a close look.
Ay, cabrón. No manches. No. Ay, no manches.
Someone, or something, appears to peek at the man from behind a kitchen wall. Terrified, he gathers the courage to investigate. But when he enters the kitchen, no one is there. It's as if the figure simply vanished into thin air. I even enhanced and zoomed in on the footage, but still, it's impossible to say what this could be. What's even more chilling is what happens next. As he tries to retreat back to his room, overcome with fear, the door suddenly slams shut right in front of him. And remember, we already saw that the room was completely empty. So what do you think? Was this a genuine paranormal encounter, or just a very elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. Tristan, are you okay? Our next video was uploaded to YouTube by a man from Russia who claims that ever since his roommate moved out, his apartment has been plagued by poltergeist activity. Take a look. But that wasn't the end of it. Yes, the chair moved on its own, but the man barely reacted, calmly continuing to film the strange activity. Then, on another day, he captured something else, and this might be one of the strangest cases of poltergeist activity I've ever seen. Take a look. A curtain handle suddenly begins spinning on its own, with absolutely nothing interfering with it. And honestly, I can't even begin to imagine how someone could fake this. Even the man's cat seems locked in, staring at the strange event as it unfolds. So, what do you think? Did he really capture the paranormal on camera? Or was this just a very elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. Leave the hospital. Our next video comes from Japan, where a paranormal investigator is exploring an abandoned hospital. The clip is short, but what it captures is the stuff of nightmares. Take a look.
What's up? What's up? What
A figure begins peeking out from behind a door, but what makes it terrifying is that it seems to be only a head. There's no torso, just a floating head staring back. The sight sends the investigator running for his life. Then, out of nowhere, a door appears to be shoved and crashes down right in front of him, missing him by only inches. So what do you think? Was this clear evidence of the paranormal, or just an elaborate hoax? Let us know in the comments below. The Haunted Kitchen. Our next video comes from France. It's an old clip that has been uploaded and re-uploaded so many times. Its true origin is nearly impossible to trace. But what it shows is terrifying, to say the least. Take a look.
Là, Olivier, arrête! T'es vraiment fatigant, là. Je vais appeler maman. Olivier? 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 Oli? Ah! Oli? C'est vraiment pas drôle, là. Je vais appeler maman. Ça a bougé. Maman! 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 Oli!
Intense poltergeist activity erupts in the kitchen, and honestly, I don't even know how they manage to keep recording. Cabinets swing open on their own, objects are hurled across the room with no one touching them, and the entire video carries an unsettling, creepy vibe from start to finish. So what do you think? Was this genuine poltergeist activity, or just an elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. Morphing in clear sight. Our next video is short, uploaded to Reddit by a woman in Reynosa, known as Elizabeth. What she captured is quite bizarre. Take a close look. A strange creature lets out a chilling growl before briefly appearing from behind a fence. It moves so fast it's almost impossible to identify what it is. Then suddenly, the creature seems to morph into a human figure, running along the same path. What makes this even creepier is that the footage comes from a security camera and shows no signs of manipulation. So what do you think? Was this a real paranormal encounter, or just an elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. From above. A Pemex, Petróleos Mexicanos worker had an eerie experience during his shift and captured it on video. The footage shows a strange figure that looks like a woman standing at the top of a distant tree. Take a look. High up in a tree, there's clearly the figure of a woman, standing and moving in a strange, unnatural way. But how could she have even gotten there? After zooming in and enhancing the footage, the figure doesn't even look human. This video is truly unsettling, and I can't find any logical explanation for it. So what do you think? Was this real, or just an elaborate hoax? You decide. I just want to play chess. Our next video comes from an unknown source, though the rugs suggest it may have been filmed somewhere in the Middle East. A paranormal investigator is exploring what appears to be an abandoned house when he encounters poltergeist activity that sends chills down his spine. Take a look. poltergeist activity only continues to intensify, so he sets up a static camera inside to observe what is happening in the room from a safer distance. Here is what he captures. A shadowy figure materializes beside a chessboard and eerily rearranges the pieces into the starting position of a game. The investigator steps inside, and for a moment, everything seems to stop. But then, out of nowhere, a bag on top of the cupboard shifts upright, almost as if the spirit retreated back inside it. This video is truly bizarre. The poltergeist activity, the chessboard, and the shadowy figure are all completely unexplainable. Do you have an explanation for this? Let us know in the comments below. Dragged into darkness. Our next video was uploaded to Reddit by a store owner in Mexico. She claims that paranormal activity is a regular occurrence in her shop, but what she captured this time may be her most chilling encounter yet. Take a look. The woman is suddenly yanked by her leg, pulled across the floor by an unseen force. The footage is clear and I can't spot any rope or anything attached to her. She's dragged with such force that she can barely fight against it. Then, just as suddenly, the force releases her, and you can see the terror on her face as she runs for safety. So what do you think? Was this truly paranormal or just a very elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. If you have a paranormal video that you want us to transmit on the haunted frequency, email us at boomimscared@gmail.com. Whistle to me. Our next video was uploaded by a TikTok user who claims his house is haunted by an entity that actually responds to his whistling. Now, I'll admit, I'm a bit skeptical about this one, but the footage he captured does seem strangely convincing. Take a look.
Like right now I'm just sitting here in my living room, we're about to move, we're getting the hell out of here, I'm playing some video games, and like people are saying, oh, how do you know which cabinet's gonna open? It's always the same cabinet, watch. Okay, hold on, watch this. This is gonna creep you out. You guys, if you don't believe me, there's nobody in here. Seriously. Holy shit. You guys, seriously, you guys have asked for it.
At first, you can see a cabinet door swing open right after he whistles, which, to be fair, could probably be explained with fishing wire. But then, after a different whistle, an actual door opens. He quickly rushes in to investigate, but no one is there. When he leaves the room, every cabinet in the kitchen is suddenly wide open, and just when it couldn't get any creepier, a chair moves on its own before the video abruptly ends. So what do you think? Was this just a hoax? Or was there really an entity responding to his whistle? I'll leave it to you to decide. I just want to play. Our next video comes from TikTok user Magical Poltergeist. He claims he managed to capture something truly bizarre while working in his kitchen. And to be fair, this footage looks really convincing. You can even see his genuine reaction at the end, when terror takes over. Take a look.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'm excited. Shut. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck.
A doll sitting on a baby's chair suddenly begins moving on its own. But this may not be the strangest part, because a shadowy figure materializes near the door. The figure appears to be the one moving the doll, until the TikToker notices. Terrified, he runs, but even after he's gone, the figure can still be seen drifting through the kitchen in a haunting way. Meanwhile, on Snapchat, our next video comes from Malaysia, where a paranormal investigator is exploring an abandoned school live on Snapchat. And I have to say, this might be one of the most convincing pieces of paranormal proof I've ever seen. The footage is live, raw, and completely unedited. Take a close look.
Allahu Akbar. Allahullah. Tindak balas. Astaghfirullahalazim. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Innahu min Sulaiman wa innahu bismillah.
The investigator already has encountered unexplainable events, like the door slamming on its own, a dark silhouette dashing in the bathroom, and a dark figure peeking from the door at him. But it does not end there. Keep watching.
Ya ma'syara jin. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina.
The poltergeist activity only grows stronger. A chair scrapes across the floor on its own. No strings, no interference. Moments later, an object is violently thrown toward the investigator, as if the spirit itself is warning him that he's not welcome there.
Siapa? Astaghfirullahalazim. 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 Ya Allah, kan. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Innahu min Sulaiman wa inna bismillahirrahmanirrahim la ta'alu alaihi wa tu'ani muslimin.
There's no denying it. This has to be one of the clearest cases of poltergeist activity we've ever seen. The fact that it was all captured live on Snapchat, in a single stream, makes it even more astonishing. So what do you think? Was this genuine proof of the paranormal, or did the investigator somehow find a way to fake all of this while broadcasting live? I'll leave it to you to decide. Don't let them in. Our next video comes from Singapore, where an IT technician was working the night shift alone in his company's office. But what he encountered that night is something that may haunt him for the rest of his life. Take a look. Something, or someone, seems to trick the worker. As he heads toward the front door, another door quietly opens behind him, the very one he wasn't paying attention to. Keep watching. A strange noise from another room catches the worker's attention, and he goes to investigate. He doesn't notice the light switch on by itself, but when he turns it off, the door behind him suddenly slams shut. Almost simultaneously, a chair rolls quickly across the floor, straight toward him. But you saw that, right? In the glass reflection of the door, you can clearly make out a dark, shadowy figure standing inside the room, possibly the one behind all this poltergeist activity. So what do you think? Was this security footage real proof of the paranormal, or just an elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. Lost my shoe. Our next video was uploaded to TikTok by a user who claims to have captured real paranormal activity inside an Airbnb they rented while on holiday in England. Take a look.
Bastard.
Reading wish I could stay there so much longer. Oh my god. This happens to me every time.
Whoa.
At first, the video might seem a little silly, but then a shoe lying on the floor suddenly flips upright, with no one touching it. What makes it more unsettling is how the dog reacts. It seems to sense something around the shoe before it even moves. Even the person's reaction feels genuine.
Whoa.
So what do you think? Was this a real paranormal event? Or just a bored guy staging a video? I'll leave it to you to decide. Unsafe at home. Our next video comes from Reddit, where a couple uploaded footage from their Ring indoor camera, claiming it shows real poltergeist activity. Take a look. Since this has no audio, I will explain to you what is happening. The doll jumps off the table on its own. However, the woman explains that she has picked it up twice and it kept jumping away from her hands like an invisible force was pulling it away. Even when she put it back on the table, you can clearly see it move and falls off the table all on its own. On another day, her husband was in the kitchen, putting stuff away. Suddenly, a stack of 3 boxes just fall to the ground without him touching them. He was baffled at what he just saw. Few moments later, a curtain is pulled open without anybody behind it. You clearly see the man confused when he sees the curtain, then close on its own. The poltergeist activity was even witnessed in the kitchen 2 days prior, while the wife has heard something in the kitchen. You can clearly see kitchen chairs levitating off the ground. When she sees them, they suddenly fall to the ground, as if the force had let go of them. So what do you think? Did this couple really encounter the paranormal? Or was it just a hoax? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Just shopping. Our next video comes from an unknown source, where security camera footage captures something truly bizarre happening inside a convenience store. Take a close look.
Check this out, right? This guy here, watch behind his head. Keep watching. Just look at the shelf. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what is that?
It's just blowing. Oh
my god, it looks like a poltergeist or something like that. You know the thing, you know when I hear about things like that?
An item on the shelf behind the man suddenly slides off, then begins to levitate with no interference. Another object falls shortly after, prompting the man to pick them both up. But you saw that, right? At the end of the aisle, a dark, shadowy figure appears, watching him, before fading away. It seems clear that this figure was responsible for the events that followed. So what do you think? Was this genuine paranormal activity? Or just a clever hoax? You decide. In the darkness. Our next video comes from Mexico, where a man is filming inside a commercial building after closing time. He hears something coming from the public bathrooms and decides to investigate. What happens next will send chills down your spine. Take a very close look.
Hola, hola. Hola. Hola, hola. ¿Estás acá? ¿Dónde estás? Se prenden las luces. ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? Necesito otra prueba. Necesito otra prueba. Ay, marica.
You can clearly hear the water faucets turning on by themselves, followed by the hand dryer. The poltergeist activity intensifies when the door to one of the bathroom stalls suddenly slams shut. But you saw that, right? The moment he steps inside, a dark, shadowy figure rises up behind him and dashes off to the left before disappearing completely. Could this have been the entity responsible for the activity? Or was it just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Are you afraid of the dark? Our next video comes from a TikTok user who claims his apartment has been plagued by poltergeist activity ever since he opened a Ouija board session a month ago. Take a look. A glass door suddenly swings open on its own, with nothing interfering. As the man goes to investigate, a ceiling light begins to sway, terrifying him. Then strange noises echo from the kitchen. When he reaches up to steady the light, it suddenly bursts, plunging him into total darkness. But you saw that, right? A dark figure appears in the shadows, terrifying him to his core. The video cuts off abruptly, though he later posted an update confirming that he's safe. So what do you think? Was he really in danger? Or was this just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Don't sit on my chair. Our next video comes from the United States, where a TikToker claims that poltergeist activity is a regular occurrence in his home. This time, he says he managed to capture definitive proof of it all on camera.
Ooh.
Let's take a look.
Hey, hon. Come here. Look.
No, I can't build that.
I don't think it's just down here. Look at that. This is the most active during the day that I've... Oh, there goes the Xbox 2. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, wow. Wait. I swear I can see... Ooh, stop it. I'm not liking that. Hun, let's go to dinner or something for a while.
A recliner chair begins rocking back and forth on its own. Now, sure, you might think this could just be a remote-controlled feature of the chair, but that doesn't explain the shadowy figure that appears in the reflection. You can see it almost sitting on the chair, before moving toward the TikToker as he films. Creepy noises echo in the room, and when he turns around to check, there's no one there. So what do you think? Was this entity responsible for the poltergeist activity, or just a clever hoax? You decide. I come at night. Our next video comes from Mexico, where a TikToker claims he has been tormented for months by something known as a mimic. He says this entity has been haunting his apartment with disturbing poltergeist activity, and what he captured is truly the stuff of nightmares. Take a look.
Son las 3 de la mañana de nuevo y esto es lo que con lo que yo convivo desde hace meses. Con esto yo convivo hace meses. Siempre que grabo... Vos no sos Daniel. Vos no sos Daniel, esa no es tu voz. Vos no sos Daniel, esa no es tu voz. Daniel se fue hace meses del país. Vos no sos Daniel. Si querés lastimarme, salí y lastimame ahora. Ya. Déjame de joder. Déjame de joder. Si no puedo vivir. Ya no puedo vivir así. Ya no puedo vivir. Yo no tengo más miedo. No tengo más miedo. Oh, yo así no puedo vivir. Así no puedo seguir.
The man, clearly shaken, explains in the video that his friend Daniel left the country over a month ago. Yet something, or someone, is still inside his home. You can hear the entity knocking from the bathroom and other rooms, and at one point it even passes by one of the windows, as if it isn't afraid to reveal itself. His terrified voice says it all. He feels completely helpless against whatever is haunting him. So what do you think? Can he ever get rid of this entity? Or is it something that will stay with him forever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Living at your home. Our next video comes from a TikToker in the United States who claims her 100-year-old house was built near a Native American burial ground. She says she's experienced poltergeist activity ever since moving in 2 years ago. But until now, she was never able to capture it on camera. Today, that changed. Take a look.
Whatever you are, leave my fucking house now. Oh shit, sorry, fuck, oh god, okay. What the fuck was that? What the fuck, dude, there's nobody over there. There's nothing over there. Okay. What the fuck?
First, a small ladder suddenly shifts on its own, and a kitchen item jumps right off the stove, with no one touching it. Since she often misses the activity when it happens, she set up a static camera in her garage. The place she claims is the most active. And what she captured there is truly terrifying. Take a look. You can clearly see a swing moving on its own. No breeze, no hand, and it never slows down for the entire clip. That alone feels physically impossible. Then, a large wooden stick that had been propped against the wall suddenly falls, and, unbelievably, it begins to drag itself across the floor, as if pulled by an invisible hand. What's even more disturbing is that the uploader stopped posting after this video. We have no follow-up, no update, just this single chilling clip. They are everywhere. Our final clip comes from an unknown source, a static camera left running inside a house locals say is heavily haunted. The uploader claims this was a single continuous take with no edits. Watch closely. You can see shadowy figures moving all around the room. A cross suddenly flips upside down. A fridge opens and closes by itself. A chair collapses to the floor with no one touching it. 2 dining chairs are pulled and dragged across the kitchen like an invisible hand is guiding them. This house could truly be someone's nightmare. Summoning the spirit. Our next video comes from an unknown source, re-uploaded so many times that the original uploader is impossible to trace. For context, a couple decided to use a Ouija board as a game, just for fun. But what they captured on camera suggests it may have been the biggest mistake of their lives. Take a look.
H. E. R. E.
here. Oh my god. Goodbye. Oh my god, I don't want to just go.
I'm freaked out now. Oh no. Hold on.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god.
An object falls in the room, too close to the woman to be coincidence. You can't see it on camera, but you hear it hit the floor. Then a heavy thud comes from upstairs, so they decide to investigate. As they reach the stairs and film up toward the room, you can hear rapid footsteps pounding down, like something is chasing them at full speed. They panic and run for safety. Many commenters say the couple may have opened a Ouija session and invited something into their home. What's even more disturbing, the footage shows they left without properly closing the session, which could mean they trapped whatever they summoned inside the house. So what do you think? Was this a terrifying consequence of a Ouija board, or something else entirely? You decide. The flaming djinn. Two locals walking through a forest in the Middle East capture something truly unexplainable. For months, they had reported hearing strange sounds echoing from these woods, so they finally decided to investigate. What they found that night sent chills down their spines. Take a look.
Hey, sini. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Subhanallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah.
The video cuts off abruptly, leaving little explanation. But before it ends, you can clearly see a bizarre entity levitating through the forest. Terrified, one of the men begins praying, while the figure drifts forward, a strange flame flickering from the top of its head. Its distorted sounds echo hauntingly through the trees, unlike anything they had ever heard before. Some viewers believe this could be a type of jinn, a spirit often spoken about in North Asian folklore. But what do you think? Was this a genuine paranormal encounter, or just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Ordeal by fire. Our next video comes from Nigeria. Its a ritual is known as Egungun Dana Fojura, meaning set me ablaze with fire. It's an ancient ancestral masquerade society ritual, deeply connected to Shango, the spirit of thunder. It's said that this form of black magic can cast out demons, or even unlock supernatural strength within humans. What you're about to witness is the raw, unexplained force of Egungun Dana Fojura. A man sits inside the raging fire for what feels like an eternity. And then, he calmly walks out, completely unscathed, not a single burn. It's as if the flames were ice cold against his skin. Locals believe that before the ritual begins, the participant becomes possessed through ancient black magic techniques, giving them this supernatural resistance. So what do you think? Was this truly the power of black magic, or just an elaborate trick? You decide. She vanished. Our next video comes from Indonesian paranormal investigator Sapel Way. Like many of his videos, it begins with a simple motorbike journey. But this time, he stumbles across an abandoned building that was once under construction. What he discovers inside is truly bizarre. Take a look.
Suster ngesot, lele, patin atau apa cuy, sok lah, bebas. Halo.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ah! Guys, gua udah zoom. Kang Adit. Gua udah zoom.
The footage has an eerie, terrifying vibe from the first frame. But what appears behind the stairs is truly unexplainable. Yes, it could be a person in white, except this figure floats up into the air and then vanishes like smoke. It even flies directly toward a solid ceiling, then disappears in a way that looks disturbingly real. Do you think he encountered something paranormal? I honestly can't find a logical explanation for this one. If you have a paranormal video that you want us to transmit on the Haunted Frequency, email us at boomimscared@gmail.com. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, our next video comes from vlogger Bilal Ryder. Normally, his channel focuses on food and travel, but every now and then he explores abandoned places. This time, in Karachi, he steps into a deserted building, and what he encounters inside is truly terrifying.
This one. मैं पे क्या खलीज पुआरी भाई देख नारियल ना पड़े हुए हैं सब له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون कुछ अजीब आवाज आई यहाँ से मेरे को अल्लाह अहद अल्लाह الصمد لم يلد والحي القيوم لا تأخذ سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض.
The atmosphere is eerie from the very start, as Bilal recites verses from the Quran. Then, suddenly, a door swings open on its own. At first, you might think someone could be behind it, a simple explanation. But then, a chair drags itself loudly across the floor, with no one touching it. The footage is crystal clear, and there are no wires or tricks visible anywhere. Bilal even claims that moments later he suffered a sudden nosebleed, something he says never happens to him. So what do you think? Did he really encounter something paranormal, or was it all just a hoax? You decide. I don't like homework. Our bonus video comes from Mexico. A young girl had been telling her parents that something was bothering her whenever she tried to do her homework. At first, they didn't believe her, until they decided to set up a camera in her room. What they captured are some of the most disturbing paranormal events you'll ever see. Take a look. The papers moving on their own could be explained by a nearby fan, but when she returns, objects start falling from the table with no one touching them. Then something truly strange happens. The table itself is dragged across the floor. You can even see the table's frame bend slightly as it's pulled. This footage will give that family nightmares, just like how the Haunted Frequency haunts your dreams. Tune in your subscribe button to the Haunted Frequency. Visit the haunted house at the like button, and send in your transmission in the comments below. We promise we will be back to haunt your dreams next Sunday.